Welcome to the Mussar video blog. This week's Parsha, Parshas Beha'aloscha, we have a turning point. Up until now things are going great. Suddenly the Jews are complaining, consequences. Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses is having a hard time dealing with them. The tide has turned. Our sages give us some insight that this all began when they left Mount Sinai. Now, granted, leaving Mount Sinai was the right thing. They had to go to the land of Israel. They had to finally embark on that mission that would have culminated as the fruition of hundreds of years of yearning to fulfill that covenant that was made with Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, a glorious moment. So they had to leave Mount Sinai. They had to start going towards the land of Israel. But our sages tell us that somewhere embedded inside their hearts was another sentiment. They were feeling just like a child running away from school. Time is over. You have to go home. You can't stay in school. But the kid, when he leaves school, he wants to leave there because he just wants to get out. I want to get out of school. I don't want to be here anymore. There was a little bit, a spark in the heart of the Jews that was, we've been at Mount Sinai long enough. We're getting more and more mitzvahs. That's enough. Let's just move on. And that was the wrong sentiment. And they probably weren't even aware of it themselves. But that festered and turned into bigger and worser things, which manifest themselves as complaints and ultimately ended up in next week's parsha when they were condemned to die in the desert. What I think is significant here is they did something that was the correct thing to do, leaving Mount Sinai. But they did it a little bit for the wrong reason. That's an important Mussar lesson. Oftentimes we do things, and it may be the right thing, but we're not doing it for the right reason. Oftentimes the reason we do something is because it's the path of least resistance. Again, it may be that we're doing the right thing, but we should be doing it because this is the right thing. This is the way I have to go. This is what I should do. But if we would look inside ourselves, I think very often we might find that I'm really doing it for a different reason. And I just chose that because I know that's a very common feeling that we have. I'd rather not make things difficult for myself. I'd rather not get involved in that. I'd rather not engage myself in whatever this is. So I look for the path of least resistance. And of course, I managed to figure out a justification, a rationalization, a whole narrative to explain why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing. But if we are brutally honest with ourselves, we might see that that's not really where I'm coming from. So therefore, I say, we always have to do what's right. But on top of doing what's right, we have to do it and feel it because it is right. And if we look inside ourselves and we see it's coming from somewhere else, well, still do what's right, but at least be aware that there's something that needs to be rectified here. I have to get my heart where my body and my arms and all of me is going. Everything has to be in alignment to do things, the right things, for the right reason. See you next time.